What if I told you there's one silent, burning fantasy that lives deep inside almost every woman? Yet no one dares to talk about it. A fantasy that can be triggered not with money, status, or looks, but with presence, mystery, and emotional strength. This isn't seduction as taught by the world. This is seduction forged in fire through discipline, silence, and self-mastery. The ancient Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, taught that desire, when ungoverned, is a weakness, but when understood, it becomes power. And in this video, we reveal how to awaken that fantasy without saying a word. Stay until the end, because what we're about to explore will not only change the way women respond to you, it will change you. 1. The craving for the unavailable man. In a world where attention is currency, women are constantly pursued, complimented, and given everything they want instantly. But paradoxically, what they truly crave is what they cannot have. This is where the Stoic man begins to separate himself. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Women subconsciously crave the man who values his own control above all. The man who isn't swayed by beauty, who doesn't need validation, who stands firm like an unmoved mountain in a storm. When you become emotionally unavailable, not in a manipulative way, but in a grounded, purpose-driven way, you signal to her deepest psyche that you are not easy prey. And what is rare becomes desirable. The man who can walk away at any moment, not out of arrogance, but because his mission comes first, is the man who magnetizes her thoughts. This taps into a primal feminine instinct to earn the attention of the high-value man when she doesn't know where she stands with you. When she senses that your time and focus are sacred, you become a puzzle she must solve, a fire she must warm herself by. But not too close. This distance builds obsession. This distance builds seduction. Through the power of controlled mystery, Stoic men understand that the loudest force in the room is often silence. While the world screams for attention, the man who withholds, observes, and speaks deliberately becomes unforgettable. Women are naturally curious creatures. They thrive on stories, emotion, and subtle cues. When you offer no predictable behavior, no neediness, no oversharing, she leans in. She wants to know who you are. Seneca once said, "A wise man is content with himself," and contentment creates mystery. You don't need to prove yourself. You are yourself, and that alone is intoxicating. Mystery isn't about playing games. It's about allowing your essence to be discovered in layers. The Stoic man never floods a woman with his emotions. Instead, he offers glimpses, flashes of insight, of strength, of hidden pain even, that suggest depth beneath the surface. And this depth creates attraction. She begins to fantasize not about what you've shown her, but about what you might be. She imagines conversations you've never had, pain you've never shared, thoughts you've never revealed. The mind fills in the blanks, and the fantasy is always more powerful than reality. Mystery creates space for her to chase, to invest, and to wonder. 3. Masculine stillness amid her storm. Women live in a world of feeling. Their emotions rise and fall like waves. What she subconsciously seeks is not someone who reacts, but someone who remains still. That stillness is your power. Epictetus taught it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you remain calm when she tests you, when you don't flinch at her moods, when you do not argue, but calmly express your boundary and return to your focus, you show her what true masculine energy is. The Stoic man does not fight emotion with emotion. He doesn't collapse in the face of drama. He listens, acknowledges, and remains grounded. And in that groundedness, she feels safe. She feels something few men give her: containment. You become the anchor in her storm. When she cries, complains, or panics, and you remain stoic, not cold, but centered, you activate something ancient in her biology. The protector, the warrior. The builder, the man who, no matter what the world throws, will not lose himself. This is not weakness, this is spiritual dominance. And spiritual dominance is the highest form of attraction. 4 words that reflect depth, not flattery. Anyone can tell. A woman, she's beautiful. Most men do it within minutes. But the stoic man, he sees deeper. He speaks to her character, her resilience, her taste in books, her fierce loyalty to those she loves. Compliments, when used properly, are not about validation, they're about revelation. When you say something like, "You carry yourself like someone who's seen both beauty and pain," you disarm her because she's not used to being seen that way. She's used to being reduced to her appearance. But a stoic man observes the essence. This takes emotional intelligence. It takes focus. But more than that, it takes discipline to not say the obvious. Discipline to sit in silence. Watch her carefully and speak when the moment is right. Your words carry weight when they are earned. By complimenting her mind, her struggle, her passion, you make her feel something rare. You make her feel respected, desired, understood. And when a woman feels understood, she begins to open doors within herself. She never shows the world the seduction of purpose-driven presence. There is no fantasy more potent than the man whose eyes carry fire, not for her but for his mission. A man who walks into a room not seeking attention, but radiating direction. This is the stoic ideal. Purpose before pleasure, order before indulgence. Discipline over desire. When a woman sees you immersed in your craft, unbothered by distraction, she sees something spiritual. You become a force, an energy that cannot be moved. This inspires admiration, and admiration evolves into desire. Because nothing is more attractive than a man with focus. Your purpose becomes your seduction. Your silence becomes your language. Your time becomes sacred, and the woman who enters your life, she's not your goal, she's your companion on the journey. When she feels this, truly feels it, she stops testing, she stops chasing attention. She leans in deeply because she knows you're already full. Your presence tells her, "I don't need you, but I choose you," and in that, she melts because women crave to be chosen. Not from weakness, but from strength. Closing message: we do not chase. We become. Seduction isn't about tricks. It's about transformation. It's about becoming so full, so present, so grounded in who you are that she is drawn not to your performance, but to your presence. The Stoics never begged for attention. They earned reverence through discipline, honor, and inner peace in a world full of noise. Be silent. In a world of chaos, be calm. In a world that flatters, be real. Because when you master yourself, you master the art of attraction. And the woman who sees you will chase not your charm, but your essence. Stay stoic. Stay unshakable and walk as if the world bends to your stillness.